blossom, huh? Oh, this is beautiful. And relaxing. Ah! I don't think my voice does anything, unfortunately. It's not like one hand clapping, but... Oh, I can switch blossoms with my mouse? It sounds like popcorn. Oh, this game is so satisfying, guys. If you go too fast, it doesn't do anything. Oh, that slow mode, though. That's what's satisfying. To see everything move while it's going so slow. Because if you just go fast, it doesn't have time to react. But if you take it slow, and you take your time, then it starts to get interesting. I feel like this is going to be a very quiet, very relaxed, very ASMR kind of play for us today. And hello, my lovelies. My name is Lovely Leckakay, and welcome to Blossom. Now, Blossom is a game that I found for free on Itchio, and this game promised to have a myriad of different blossoms with relaxing background noises and very pleasing aesthetics, and so far it's delivered on that promise. I like the popping of popcorn or bubble wrap that I'm doing with my mouse on top of this very odd-looking but colorfully satisfying plants. I didn't know if this would even be a fun game to play, but as soon as I opened it, oh, it's felt really, really good. And the best thing about this game is that it's completely 100% free. Oh, look at that! What? As soon as we get close, it changes colors. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's pretty. So we could keep it cut down the middle here. It kind of looks like a really, really jiggly octopus. Just jiggling from side to side. It also looks like a very unique dandelion that's erupting tiny little sprinkles from the center on both sides of its fluffy green and yellow little head. It wanted to grow up to be the topping of a cake, but it never got picked, so it decided to make its own destiny. And now it creates beautiful chimes like the wind that blows it every day. And at night, takes off its leaves and shreds it into tiny bits, takes coloring from the ground and dirt around it, and sends it off into the wind to drift and hopefully land in a cake and make someone's day better, even though it knows not that what it did, if it did touch a cake, was really just put a dirty petal of it from outside on somebody's food. That's so satisfying. I could even just leave it in the middle here, and the radius of my mouse keeps it at bay. Oh. So smooth, so satisfying. We're underwater now, guys. Oh, this is mesmerizing. I feel like I'm going on a journey. Oh my. What beautiful anemones you have. What popping bubbles you have for sound. What beautiful orchestras you have doing their practice before church in the background. What's your story, little bubble? Were you the beauty that just wanted to stay inside and play video games all day, yet the world expects you, because of your looks, to grow up and become one of the pageantry anemones? But you said, no, that's not my true calling. You would know my true colors if you ever cared enough to touch me, mother. And the mother simply sighed and shook her head at her daughter and said, This is why your father left us. Blossom. In here, we have a beautiful green and black hexagonal masterpiece. Oh, that's an interesting sound they make. It's like they're being chopped in little wood blocks. Or tiny, tiny little drums made of wood that gets knocked between. It reminds me of the frogs at fairs that people buy and then have grated on the back, because in the mouth of the frog comes a wooden stick and you rub it across that frog's back and the frog says, "Ribbit, ribbit, 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 ribbit." And you say, "Ah, what a satisfying ribbits." Now, without it turning blue, this reminds me of Zygarde from Pokemon because of its green, black, and hexagonal nature. That was the first thing I was reminded of immediately upon this blossom loading for our pleasure. And I like that it turns blue. It's a nice contrast to the green. And then it goes from gray to black. These tiny little wooden frogs know not of the world outside this realm. They know not that they can make noises other than ribbit. But unfortunately, they are not self-aware, not like us, not like the people we are. And that's what separates us, humans, from wooden frogs. In case any of you were worried about that. Oh, this is a new pattern. Our cursor is pink on this yellow screen. And it's almost like we're being brought into a hazy little vortex, with mirages going back and forth, and the tiny pebbles disappear at the sight of our little mouse. And they click and they clack as they run away in the night, down the cobblestone path, down and down and down and down and down, until poof! They're gone. And they don't know how to get back because the cobblestones that they had treaded on have been worn away from their feet. And even though they try to escape and they try to find their way back, they are just lost forever in the ether of the purple and brown stones, forever reminded of the prison they ran themselves into. Was it really worth leaving work early to run home so that you could sleep? Was it really worth all that extra effort and trouble to get to a place where you thought you'd be happier? We might never know the answer to this question. However, my answer would be yes, because one day they will open their eyes enough to see that where they were running to wasn't where they could truly be happier, and only when that epiphany occurs can our main character truly find its way out and be freed of the pebbles being thrown at the bare skin baby of their mind. Ooh, I like the way that one materialized. Oh, that string orchestra, though. Oh. Yes. Oh, write me a song, Mr. Orchestra Man. Play me the tale of your people. How you were pained as you ran away from your country as a small boy, only to try and find solace in the land of the free and the home of the brave. You moved with your mother and father on the promise of a better life, only for your father to contract syphilis and die when you were only 8 years old. The only thing your father taught you before you left was to take care of your mother, who, in turn, was unable to walk. You had to take on responsibility at a very young age, And in order to pay the bills as a young child, you used the other skill your father taught you, which was that of your gorgeous violin. Some called you a prodigy, others an idiot savant, but you described yourself as an enthusiast. You described yourself as a musician, nothing more and nothing less. You simply liked to play the chords and let them ring in the ears of you and your audience. Let them take away from your performance whatever it is their heart concluded about the song. And at the end of your performance, whether people clapped or not, they always walked away knowing that their lives were changed, even if ever so slightly. And that's, in addition to the change in their pockets they would throw into your little hat at the very end of their stay. It made it all worth the while. And now, as a grown man, you sit here before me on the edge of my balcony, drinking wine and eating cheese, while I drink sweet tea and eat a mug of cheese as we exact our lives and share with one another the struggles we've come up with, and how great chance in life is for even bringing us together in the fashion that it has. Funny the way life intersects our paths that way, isn't it? Funny how music can bond so many souls who may otherwise never have crossed paths. Play me one final note, Mr. Musician, as I fall into a sweet stupor over the intoxicating chords in my ears. Oh, this is also new and interesting. How beautiful this background is. It goes from purple and gradients to pink. They're little shells like coral. Oh, how gorgeous it is. But we can't go too fast, otherwise it won't show its true colors. Just like in any relationship that can never be rushed. For when things are rushed and not given time to develop, to gather trust, to gather a bond with one another, the defenses, the mask, that is merely a husk of who the person truly is, much like these orange and green small little pieces of shell are that lie on the outskirts of the blossom, the ones that are shown most to the world for being on the outermost layer, can be stripped away if one has the patience and the time to give that masked blossom, to dig deeper into its insides and see the beauty that lies within. Oh, how gorgeous the colors look when so few have gazed upon their beauty, merely amplified by the rarity of the situation and titillated at the thoughts that you are one of the privileged few to see the gorgeous nature of this usually guarded-off beast, like a rose in a garden of petunias. You stand out to me now more than ever, more than I could have ever imagined. And now I know to never take you for granted, and to take care of you so that I may see your beautiful colors open up for me every night and every day we are together, so that I can help you get rid of that mask when you're around me and be your true colors. Oh, and the sea anemone that lies before us. Oh, how satisfying the sound to touch the spikes and have them retract at the touch of another. unaware of the pleasure that they feel from the beautiful, soft sensation of another person's contacts. Oh, how beautiful it is to have another person care for them, to want to be near them, so much that they even touch. A hug is a powerful thing, and this spiky exterior, though beautiful and functional in its own rights, can easily be stripped away to a manageable and even comfortable level if only someone has the patience to work through and hear the insurmountable satisfaction of the soul resonating within that of this wounded beast. Oh my. Oh, how these people embrace my presence. Hello, my lovelies. Hello, my lovelies, they cry. My call reaches around the world, and together we form a family of not only ourselves, but of people who share similar experiences, who share the same values, and who support one another in dancing mirth at the thoughts of working together to make the lives of others a better place. We are not a selfish family. We depend on one another and we support each other in our times of hardship. It is never a weakness to ask for help. In fact, it is a sign of great strength to know that there are others in the world like you who might be able to help and share in your circumstance. Then indeed can we all rejoice in the fact that we indeed have made a difference in others' lives. Then in fact may I rejoice with all of these wonderful, wonderful people from around the world, knowing that a small channel I created on YouTube has helped to create a community that has grown into more than I could have ever imagined. And if it has this many, if not more, amazing individuals within it from around the world, I can only imagine the wonderful possibilities that our lovely family could accrue as we press on together, hand in hand, towards our uncertain but manageable futures together. Oh, how satisfying. Oh, play, orchestra, play, play for me, my angel of music. Well, I may be no Christine, nor do I have the voice of a wonderfully talented operatic genius, whether that be the Phantom or Christine herself. That doesn't stop me from trying, nor should it stop any of you from pursuing your dreams. You never know if you're good at something unless you practice. And, at the bare minimum, unless you try. So try everything. Try your hopes and dreams and see if they land, what sticks, what doesn't, what passions drive your soul, what chords strike your fancy, what song sings to your heart and makes you want to wake up every day to follow that pursuit. For me, It's making others happy. It's creating a life in which I help others, where I can make others laugh or smile or forget about their lives for even just a short time. We all have our struggles, but we all, much like this beautiful little sea cucumber accumulation, have our times of low strength, and it is a sign of compassion and of intelligence to reach out and strike a chord with someone else so that they too can harmonize with you and bring you back to the note you know you must truly be singing. Blossom. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and our ASMR improvisation / random motivational thoughts that I had during this episode, then please remember to drop a like down below, subscribe for more content, and be a part of our lovely family. We are so close to 2,100 subscribers, and I would love to see you guys join us to help us get even closer to that goal. Again, thank you guys. I hope you had a pleasurable time as much as I did, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, my lovelies.